Hey everyone, welcome to today's episode. We're talking about something that makes life a lot more fun. Hobbies and interests.
That's right. Hobbies are not just activities to pass the time. They're windows into what makes us unique. Whether it's gardening, painting, or even skydiving, hobbies tell a story about who we are.
Absolutely. And being able to talk about your hobbies is such a great way to connect with others, especially in English. Imagine meeting someone for the first time and saying, I'm really into photography. Boom, you've got a conversation starter right there.
Exactly. And hobbies can show off your personality. Like, if you say you love hiking, it might tell people you're adventurous. If you're into knitting, they might think you're super patient and creative.
So true. And hobbies don't have to be big or fancy. Even something as simple as reading mystery novels or collecting cool rocks can spark an interesting chat.
Plus, hobbies are a great way to relax and recharge. They let you escape the hustle and bustle of daily life while doing something you love. And when you talk about them, your enthusiasm is contagious.
So today, we'll help you learn the vocabulary, phrases, and confidence to describe what you love doing in your free time.
And who knows? Maybe you'll discover a new hobby or two by the end of this episode. Let's dive in.
So, Gracie, let's talk about some words people can use when describing their hobbies. Sometimes just knowing the right vocabulary makes such a difference.
Totally. Let's start with the basics. A hobby is something you do regularly for fun or relaxation. You can also call it a pastime. For example, my favorite pastime is playing guitar.
Nice. And then there's leisure activities. This is a broader term for things you do in your free time, like gardening, hiking, or watching movies.
Oh, and don't forget about phrases like I'm into. It's such a natural way to talk about hobbies. For example, I'm into baking cakes. Or I'm really into yoga these days.
Good one. You can also say I enjoy or I love. For instance, I enjoy drawing landscapes, or I love learning new languages.
And here's another one. I've recently gotten into. That's perfect when you've just started a new hobby. Like, I've recently gotten into pottery. Or I've recently started learning how to dance.
Oh, that's my favorite. It's such a conversational way to talk about trying something new. And for those who are passionate about their hobby, you can say, I'm passionate about photography, or cooking is my passion.
Exactly. And there are hobbies that are more relaxed, like reading, knitting, or playing board games. And then there are hobbies that are more active, like running, swimming, or rock climbing.
Speaking of rock climbing, do you think people know the term adrenaline junkie? It's for someone who loves thrilling hobbies like skydiving or bungee jumping.
That's a great one. So, whether you're into calm activities or heart pumping adventures, there's always a way to describe what you love.
And the best part? When you talk about your hobbies, you're not just sharing what you do, you're sharing a piece of who you are.
Exactly. So, everyone listening, think about your hobbies and how you describe them in English. Don't worry, we're just getting started.
So now that we've covered some vocabulary, let's dive into how to express your interests naturally. You know, the kind of phrases that make your conversations flow.
Absolutely. One of the simplest and most common ways to start is by saying, I'm interested in. For example, I'm interested in photography, or I'm interested in learning about different cultures.
That's a classic. Another one I like is I'm a fan of. It works great for talking about hobbies, shows, or even sports teams. For instance, I'm a fan of hiking, or I'm a big fan of mystery novels.
Oh, that's a good one. And if you want to sound more casual, you can say I'm really into, like, I'm really into gardening these days, or I'm into cooking Italian food.
Here's another fun one. I can't get enough of. It's a great way to show excitement. Like, I can't get enough of painting sunsets, or I can't get enough of trying new recipes.
Right. And if you're talking about something you've been enjoying for a long time, you can say, I've always loved, for instance, I've always loved playing the piano.
Yes. And when someone asks you, what do you like to do in your free time? You can answer with, I like to, or I enjoy. Like, I enjoy exploring new hiking trails, or I like to write poetry.
Exactly. And if you're sharing something a bit different, you can say, I have a thing for, For example, I have a thing for collecting vintage records. It adds a little personality to the conversation.
Oh, I like that one. And for something you're just starting, you can say, I've been getting into learning the guitar, or I've been getting into yoga lately.
Those are all so versatile. The key is to express your interests in a way that feels natural and personal.
Exactly. And when you use these phrases, it's not just about what you say, it's about showing your enthusiasm. It makes the conversation so much more engaging.
Absolutely. So, everyone, try using these phrases to talk about your hobbies and interests. Trust me, it'll make a big difference in your conversations.
So, Gracie, let's put these phrases into action. Imagine we're at a party, and I just asked, what do you like to do in your free time?
Hmm. Okay, I'm really into painting, especially landscapes. It's so relaxing, and I feel like I can express myself through colors.
That sounds amazing. How did you get into painting?
Well, I've always loved art, but I started painting seriously during the lockdown. It became my escape. What about you, Philip? What's your favorite hobby?
I'm a fan of outdoor activities, especially hiking. I enjoy exploring new trails on weekends. Being in nature is like hitting the refresh button.
That sounds adventurous. Do you hike alone or with friends?
Mostly with friends. It's more fun when we can share the experience. Plus, it's safer. Have you ever tried hiking?
Oh, I've been getting into nature walks recently, but nothing too intense like hiking. Baby steps, you know.
That's a great start. You'll be scaling mountains in no time.
Maybe. Speaking of hobbies, I've always wanted to learn photography. It seems like such a creative skill to have.
You should totally go for it. I have a thing for photography, especially when I'm hiking. Capturing a perfect sunrise feels like a little victory.
That sounds so rewarding. Do you prefer landscapes or do you photograph people too?
Mostly landscapes, but I've been getting into candid photography lately. It's fun capturing real, unposed moments.
That's so cool. You know, talking about this makes me realize how much hobbies say about someone's personality.
Exactly. And sharing them is a great way to connect with others. So, what's one hobby you'd love to start if you had all the time in the world?
Hmm. Probably learning how to play the piano. I've always loved music, and it'd be amazing to create it myself.
That's a fantastic choice. Maybe next time we talk, you'll be composing your own tunes.
Who knows? And maybe you'll have a gallery of your hiking photographs by then.
Deal! It's inspiring to hear about all these interests. Hobbies really do bring out the best in us. Okay, Gracie, since we've been talking so much about hobbies, how about we play a quick game of hobby charades?
Ooh, sounds fun. Let me guess. You've been waiting for this moment to show off your acting skills.
You know it. All right, I'll go first. Remember, no talking, only actions. Let's see if you can guess my hobby.
Bring it on, Philip.
Philip mimes holding a fishing rod, casting it, and reeling in a big fish. He pretends to struggle as if the fish is huge.
Hmm. Let me think. You're either pulling up a very stubborn kite or. Wait. Fishing. You're fishing.
Bingo, that's right, your turn.
Okay, watch closely.
Gracie pretends to hold a brush and starts painting on an imaginary canvas, stepping back every now and then to inspect her work.
That's easy, you're painting. Probably one of your serene landscapes.
Correct? All right, your turn again. This time, make it challenging.
Got it.
Philip crouches slightly, pretends to hold a ball, then throws it up and takes a big swing like he's hitting a home run.
Oh, I know this. Baseball. You're playing baseball.
Spot on. Okay, last one from you.
Hmm? All right.
Gracie starts miming running, then suddenly acts like she's stretching and checking her watch, then running again.
Hmm, that's either someone late for their bus or, oh, I've got it. You're jogging.
Exactly. You're pretty good at this, Philip.
Same to you, Gracie. I guess we've got a solid grasp of hobbies now.
Absolutely. And games like this are such a fun way to practice vocabulary and get creative with communication.
Totally agree. Who knew hobbies could turn into a game night? Maybe we've discovered a new hobby of our own. Speaking of hobbies, Gracie, have you noticed how many idioms and expressions are tied to things we love doing in our free time?
Oh, definitely. Hobbies seem to inspire so much creativity in language. Got any examples?
Sure, how about hit the ground running? It's not literally about running, but means starting something with great energy.
Oh, that's a good one. Like, when I joined my art class, I hit the ground running and finished my first painting in just a week.
Exactly. Another one is learn the ropes. It's often used when someone is picking up a new skill.
Oh, I know that one. For example, when I started baking, it took a while to learn the ropes, but now I can bake a mean chocolate cake.
Perfect. Here's another. Throw in the towel. It comes from boxing, but is often used when someone gives up on something.
Oh, like, I tried knitting for months, but I finally threw in the towel when I realized I couldn't get past the basics.
Spot on. And here's one related to outdoor hobbies. Paddle your own canoe. It means being independent or doing something your way.
That's a lovely one. When it comes to my photography projects, I prefer to paddle my own canoe and experiment with my style.
Great example. And let's not forget, right up your alley. It means something is perfect for you.
Oh, that's one of my favorites. Planning trips for friends is right up my alley because I love organizing and exploring.
Same here with teaching English. It's totally up my alley.
It's amazing how idioms can add so much color to everyday conversations. They're like hobbies for language fun, creative, and full of personality.
True, and the best part is, once you start using them, they become second nature. Like any hobby, it's all about practice.
Exactly. Learning these expressions is a hobby in itself. Now, how about we share some bonus idioms with our listeners to explore on their own?
Great idea. Listeners, here's a challenge. Try using some of these idioms in your next conversation. It's a fun way to sound more natural and confident in English. So, Gracie, after all this talk about hobbies, I'm curious. What's the biggest thing you've learned about how hobbies bring people together?
For me, it's how they create instant connections. Even if two people are from completely different backgrounds, sharing a hobby can bridge the gap.
Absolutely. Like when I joined a photography club, I met people who were so different from me, but we bonded over our love for capturing moments.
That's so true. It's similar to how I've connected with people through baking. Sharing recipes or even a batch of cookies can spark great conversations.
It's amazing how hobbies transcend language, too. A shared interest can speak louder than words.
Exactly. And hobbies aren't just about doing something you love, they're about finding joy, sharing it, and learning from others.
I love that. So, listeners, whether it's gardening, painting, playing an instrument, or something completely unique, your hobbies are a way to connect with others and express yourself.
And don't forget, talking about your hobbies is a great way to improve your English. It's a win win.
Speaking of connections, let's keep ours going. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share your hobbies in the comments.
We'd love to hear about what makes you happy in your free time. Who knows? You might even inspire someone else to try something new.
Until next time, happy hobbying and keep learning.
Bye, everyone. Keep exploring your passions.
Oh, and before we wrap up, if you've enjoyed hanging out with us and learning about hobbies, we've got a small favor to ask.
That's right. Don't forget to like this video if it made you smile or taught you something new.
And hit that subscribe button so you can join us for more fun conversations and learning moments.
Oh, and don't forget to click the bell icon. That way you'll get notified every time we upload a new episode.
We're all about creating a community of English learners and hobby enthusiasts, and your support means the world to us.
So join the conversation. Share your favorite hobby in the comments, and let's keep inspiring each other.
Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next time.
Bye for now, and happy learning.